Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul, and we're here for a reading all about the person on your mind and your connection to each other. Today's reading is going to be focused on what your person really wants from you and from this connection. So not necessarily their intentions, but more or less, what are they getting from this experience with you? What do they want to gain from this experience with you or from you as a person? I'm going to get to the bottom of that in today's reading using some oracle cards as well as tarot. We're going to get started with the spread that I have gotten out for us first, and then we're going to dive deeper using the tarot. And I am intending on pulling on their thoughts and feelings as well as their intentions during that section. And then when we wrap that up, I will also be getting out some channeled messages from this person to you, things that they would like to say to you right now if they felt like they could be totally open, totally honest without holding anything back. And then lastly, before ending out the reading, I will pull some messages just for you and whatever you need to hear the most at this time. And my intention behind that is to help you bring the focus, energy, and attention back towards yourself to do a good reset. So I encourage you to stick around till the very end. As we go about today's reading here today, if you would like to help support the channel and my growth, I would love it if you would like the video and subscribe if you're new. We would love to have you join our beautiful community over here on Awakened Soul. All right, so let's get going here today, you guys. I'm going to get started by announcing all of the cards and introducing you to their energies, and then we're going to get going with the reading. First up, we have inspiration. Be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the Fairy of Inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she will call anytime. We also have healing. Now is the time for you to give or receive healing. Everyone has a natural ability to heal others. Yes, even you. Rainbows could be significant as she is holding a rainbow in her hands. We also have the bear. Find strength in calmness and reflection. Number 4, the horse. Embrace change and embrace adventure. Number 11. Some of you could be life path 4s or life path 11s. We also have brag. I can't wait to tell you the amazing thing that happened to me. I'm sorry. I need to apologize for what I did. Abundance. Abundance comes from inner fulfillment and outer effort. Awareness. Maintain awareness. Be present in every moment. The tear, the mountain, and the venom. Okay? So this person, I can tell you this much. They feel like you awakened things within them that they had no clue were even there to begin with. And it helps them with their own growth and healing process. And that is definitely something they're not only aware of, but are actually actively seeking from you and this connection with you. You might consider yourself to be a healer. Some of you out there might consider yourselves to be empaths, healers, light workers, things of that nature where you just have a natural ability to help people heal. Some of you may also work in the healing arts or do that professionally. You could be Reiki professionals. You could even work in like the medical field, nurses, doctors, mental health workers, things of that nature where you actually are out there helping and healing people on a daily basis. Or it's just your energy in general that this person finds to be very healing and nourishing to them. Specifically when it comes to emotional health, you bring out a lot of emotions from this person that were locked away or hidden away for a long time, both good and bad. Okay. I'm going to be super straight up with you. This person feels like you help them purge out their emotions, including the more negative ones. Like your person could have came into this connection with a lot of built up resentments with other people or experiences in their life. But didn't quite know that that was even there until meeting you. You kind of like force that out of them. It's like you've opened up the door to their hidden chambers and you force emotion to come pouring out whether they like it or not. Yet we're reading on what your person is really wanting from this connection. That's what this is all about, which tells me even if your person sometimes resists that, that is like the whole reason they're here. That's one of the main reasons that they are here in this connection with you. They want you to help them heal. They are craving that from you. It's very interesting, and I'm going to point it out just because I have to. I'm not getting a whole lot of romantic energy coming from this person as of right now. That's not to say that they don't have romantic feelings for you. I'm sure we'll get more info out using the tarot, but I have to point out for some of you out there, you might not be romantically involved with this person at this time. And again, we'll dive deeper. You know, I'm sure that for some of you out there, they do have strong romantic energy towards you. It's just when it comes to what they're wanting to get out of this connection, that doesn't seem to be their number one goal. In fact, healing and inspiration to do their own healing seems to be the number one thing they're wanting to get from you and this connection, okay? And I'm not necessarily saying they're using you for that purpose. It's just that you entering into their life has just naturally brought that out in them, and they like it and they crave it and they want more of it, okay? You really do inspire them to look at parts of themselves that they had hidden away for probably a very long time. You do inspire them to look within and really try to figure themselves out and do inner work and inner discovery. I do think that you make them self-reflect a lot, find strength in calmness and reflection, and I feel like this is talking about them doing their self-reflection. The look that this bear is giving in this card is almost making me think of like the energy of the Five of Cups. This bear almost looks shameful or sad or unsettled in some sort of way. So again, some of the emotions that you bring out in this person or you have forced this person to take a look at, I think were heavier ones. You know, maybe you brought some tears to their eyes, or maybe like you have activated something within them where the first time in a long time, they're actually forced to confront things that have made them feel guilty or shameful or sad, instead of pushing them down or running away from them. And it's difficult for your person, but they also feel like it's essential. Like they had this built up venom or poison or toxin that was just like lingering inside of them that is now coming out and being purged away. With the horse, we have embrace change and embrace adventure, which tells me that even though it's tough for your person sometimes, they view this connection as a great adventure and they are here for the ride. They're ready for these changes. They might be difficult sometimes, but they're excited to make these changes and they feel like you are inspiring them to do that. Now, there's one side note. I forgot what deck it came from. It didn't come out all the way fully, and I'm very picky when I am pulling cards. If cards don't come out and it feels like they came out in a weird way, I always reshuffle them back in. So I don't even remember what deck that came from originally. It didn't come back out again, but it did relate to the concept of abundance, and so it came back out in a different deck in a different way. So it could also be that your energy is just very abundant, or maybe you've cultivated a lot of financial abundance for yourself or something along those lines that your person is also interested in. They feel like you aren't lacking anything. What you bring to the table in this connection is just plentiful, basically, whether it's financially or energetically or with your love, care, and affection, or a combination of a few things. They also feel like you kind of fill up their cup in a lot of ways. For those of you who are well off, or if you make more than this person does or something like that, maybe just keep an eye on your finances. I'm not saying that this person is using you for your money by any means, because I have no other messages indicating something like that. But there is a little bit of an energy coming through where this person is self-seeking in this connection. And I have to point that out to you because I care about you guys. And at the end of the day, you don't have to take any of these messages. If you don't feel like it's for you, please don't force it to fit. It was probably meant for someone else. However, I care about my collective and I care about my viewers. So if I see something that rubs me the wrong way, I have to call it out. I just feel obligated to do so. And based on what's coming out in this reading, it feels like you have a lot to give. Energetically, emotionally, just your energy just in general feels very abundant and giving. And there might be an element of this person kind of wanting to leech off of that a little bit, okay? So if you feel like they're acting as an energy vampire to you, or if you feel like you are always giving and giving and giving and you're never the one on the receiving end of things, I would say that's definitely a red flag to not dismiss. In relationships and in connections, there should always be give and take. Now, sometimes, you know, one person has to carry a little bit more weight than the other. That's also very normal. We all have up days and down days, and sometimes in partnerships or even in friendships and other types of connections, one person does pick up the slack a little bit while the other person puts themselves back together. But if you go about your day-to-day with this person and you find that they're never giving back to you in some way, and you're always the one that's giving to them, and you're always doing this and that, that is definitely a red flag to not dismiss. To a certain degree, all connections in your life should be reciprocal, and you should feel like your needs are also getting met in that connection. So a good example would be, you know, let's say you really need help with something and you've been there for this person 100 times in the past, but the one time you ask for their help or their support, they're not there for you. That is definitely something to not ignore. And like I said, I don't think for most of you out there that this person is just trying to use you, but they do look at you as somebody who has abundance to your energy. We're not just talking money, it's just who you are as a person. You're not lacking anything. They feel like you are like the total package, you have it all together. And part of them is wanting to like get some of that for themselves, okay? So to a degree, they might be a little bit self-seeking, and I had to give that PSA, I suppose. And maybe sometimes they feel bad for that because we do have, I'm sorry, I need to apologize for what I did. So I think to some degree, this person does feel guilty for not being able to give you more, or for you taking on the majority of the weight here in this connection at times. Or maybe there's even one event in particular that this person feels shame for, and they want to apologize to you for that, okay? We also have awareness, maintain awareness, be present in every moment. I do think that you also help this person to wake up, and we've talked about that quite a bit already. You wake them up to their own emotions, to their own healing. You are really acting as kind of like a godsend and an angel or a hero to this person in more ways than you might be aware of. So let's dive into the tarot. I want to dive even deeper into their more specific thoughts and feelings about you next, and then kind of go with the flow after that. Okay, so give me a minute here. You guys, I am also running a sale in the channel that ends, or in the shop for my channel, I should say. It's a 15% off sale. So if you've been thinking about getting an Awakened Soul shirt or mug or like an angel number sweatshirt or something like that, now's definitely the time to do it. The sale ends on April 30th, and you can find a link to my shop in the description box. And side note, this is a timeless reading, so if this reading found you and it's well past the end of April of this year, that is a-okay. It's still a timeless reading. It found you when it was meant to. That's just for those of you who are watching on the day of the video's premiere. So hold on, because the sun came out, but it like flew under my bed. So give me a second here. Okay. I saw it, like it flipped up and then it flew away while I was talking, and I was like, oh, dang it. Didn't want to run away from the camera. So, all right. Yep. That is exactly what I've been saying. You shine light on this person's like deepest emotions, specifically like their shame, their guilt, their sadness. Remember when I showed you that bear? Where did it go? I literally said this reminds me of the energy of the Five of Cups. You can rewind if you don't believe me, but I did, because that's exactly what I was picking up on. You like activate this person's guilt and shame, and it's for the purpose of this person learning to correct things and heal, okay? They feel like you just naturally bring that out in them, and I don't think it's because you give them guilt trips or you try to make them feel bad. It's just the nature of your energy in this connection. You have a very healing energy to you. Whether it's something you do professionally for work or not, it's just the way your energy is. People in your presence, especially your higher level soul connections, are almost forced to confront the deepest parts of themselves. It's just in your nature. It's just your energy. It brings out healing in people. Okay, it's probably something you were gifted with in this lifetime. Or maybe one of your life purposes is to help heal yourself and help inspire others to do their healing as well. Because you shine light on that. And I don't think you do it in any type of like you don't have negative intentions behind it. It might not even be based on anything you explicitly have said to this person. It's just your nature. It's your energy. You are such a light in this world. You are such a bright, shining star. It's like you illuminate any darkness within people. In a lot of ways, at least from your person's perspective, you are kind of angelic. And I don't think that they view you as somebody who's perfect. It's not like they view you as like a literal angel or anything, but your pure-hearted energy or just the way you shine and your healing presence reminds them of that type of vibe. Very angelic, very pure, very bright. And sometimes it makes them feel like or realize that they have things that they can work on because they want to be a little bit more like you. They also feel like you, again, are helping them to heal. It's like you've made them see the world differently in a lot of ways, and you've inspired them to do that deeper inner work. At the center of the spread, we have the Three of Pentacles, and sometimes I take that almost as like a counterpart energy, where it's like this person feels like the two of you are a team and you're doing this together. And it's like they just... I have to say it because I'm channeling, and when things come out, I just have to get it out. Sometimes I argue with myself, like, should I say it? Should I not say it? But I'm going to say it because someone needs to hear it, okay? If you look at this, it's like, I don't know why they're showing this to me, but it's like if you look at this person up there, it's like they're not really doing anything to work on this project, but they're happy about it. They're like, yay, I'm contributing, I'm helping. But the other two people look like they're doing a lot more work on the actual project. This person is kind of just like watching and saying, yay, look what we did, you guys. Like, if you've ever done like a project with someone before where like you've been teammates and you're supposed to do like 50-50 work, but you end up doing like 70-30, you know what I mean? And the other person's like taking full credit as if they did half of the work. That's what this energy is kind of reminding me of. And that circles back to the point that we made earlier in the reading where it was like your person does kind of feel like you pull a lot of the weight in this connection. And sometimes they do feel guilty about that, like they wish they could give more, they wish they could do more, and maybe they are planning on getting to the point where they feel like it is a 50-50 thing, but they know that they have some more healing and some work to do first before they can get to that point. So it's not like your person is necessarily using you for your energy or for this healing. Maybe they know that they just have to actually do the healing before they'll be able to pull their weight 50-50 in this connection, right? And be able to give more. But they view you as a teammate for sure, like a teammate in life. They feel like you are an ally, that you are there for them, that you've helped them in so many ways, that they really want you on their team and by their side. Now, it's very interesting because like this is a separate message, this is a separate message, and this is also a separate message. And I've been kind of saving this for last for a reason. We have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Four of Wands, okay? So I think that this is like current stuff. So is this in a way. This is future focused. This is almost like your person's daydreams of intentions they might have. I think that this person is either in the middle of planning this, or this is something they daydream about making happen in the future, even if they're not actively planning it. And now that I think about it, you guys, I'm going to do an extended. I wasn't planning on doing an extended, but I want to dive deeper into this to see if this is likely coming in the future or not. So I'm going to start talking about what it is. And then if this resonates and you want to see what this is all about in the future of the connection, if it ends up happening or not, you can join us for the extended. A link to that will be below in the description box and the pinned comment, or you can find it straight over on my Patreon. And if you do join us over there, you will get access to over 170 other exclusive and extended readings. So this is a date. This is a big time date, is what I'm seeing here. So like I said earlier, for a very long time in this reading, I wasn't getting much romantic energy. It was very focused on your person caring for you and loving you very deeply, but there wasn't like romantic undertones to that. Here are the romantic undertones. This is like a passionate date and an adventure. So maybe for some of you, you haven't breached a friend barrier with this person yet, or you haven't been able to actually embrace romantic energy with them. If this is like your current partner and you've already been romantic, that's a-okay. This is still your reading. This is still for you. But for some of you, I suspect maybe a romantic barrier hasn't been breached yet. Because what this is like a classic romantic getaway and adventure. And with the Four of Wands, we actually have the energy of 1111. It's like a wish fulfillment. It's full of celebration, sometimes even can represent unions or marriages, anniversaries, or big like celebrations of a connection or a relationship. And then of course with the Knight of Cups, we have romantic gestures. I mean, especially in this deck, I view this as like a date type of thing, because we have this character with roses and a horse and a picnic with a love letter by like a beach side at a park. So this person is either in the process of daydreaming about this, or this could be an intention that they have down the road. Like they might be planning it already or thinking about things they could do to create this plan. That involves passion. It involves excitement, maybe a spontaneous date, or something that feels very fun and adventurous and brand new for this connection. And it represents the two of you being in harmony and union with one another. So depending on where you're at with your person and what stage this connection is at, it would be whatever the next stage would be. So if this is like a friend type of situation and you haven't breached a romantic barrier, it would probably be them asking you out on a first date and starting that journey. If you've been with this person for a while and you have some history, it could be as strong or as deep as coming into like a formal union with each other, or, you know, maybe even like an engagement or a wedding. Okay. Just depending on where you're at with each other. If this is just your friend, I wouldn't treat this as like a rom-com where they're going to come riding in on a horse and saying, hey, let's go get married, and you're not even dating yet. You know what I mean? So it would be like whatever the next phase organically would be, but it would feel like a big gesture and really spontaneous on their part. And that's something that they think about and kind of fantasize about, to be honest. So in the extended, I'm going to set these cards to the side. In the extended, I'm going to dive deeper into what this is all about, and if it's coming in, if it's just going to stay in your person's head, if they've already planned it or not. We're basically going to unpack that for you in the extended. Okay. So let's get to the channeled messages, what this person would like to say to you right now if they felt like they could be totally open and honest and transparent. Okay, so first up we have time. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. Reveal. I want to tell you the truth. Absence. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. Yeah, your energy is very, very addictive to this person. Okay. They do not like being away from you, even if it's just for a couple hours while you're at work or while they're at work or something like that. Like this person longs to be in your presence. They long to be in your energy. Okay. Yeah, they really like, and anytime you're gone, I think that's when they start doing their deep self-reflection. It's like when you are absent from their life, even if it's just for a few hours or a few days or something like that, that is when they're doing this deep, deep level of self-reflection, and that's when they're doing their inner healing work. because it's like the second you take your glow away from them, it's when they are really thinking about you the most and ways that they need to change and heal. I'm going to read the rest of the cards to you when I get these all laid out, okay? But that message came through so strongly that I needed to say it. So, okay, let's get one or two more out. For some of you out there, this could be like maybe this was a connection that almost got off the ground and then you took time apart and they want it to come back around again because we have right person, wrong time coming through. That could be for those of you out there that resonate with this being just a friend or something. So if that doesn't resonate with your situation, you don't have to take it. And in my readings, I always note that for a reason. This is a collective reading. So if 90% of the reading is resonating with you, but like 2 or 3 cards don't, just remember it was probably a message meant for someone else, and that's a-okay, all right? Take it if, when, and how it really resonates, and leave behind anything that doesn't. That's okay. All right, so we have time. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. Reveal, I want to tell you the truth. Tie that in with secrets. I haven't told you everything, so there could be a big secret coming to light. Absence, I feel like a part of me is missing without you. Reunion, we will always come back to each other. That ties in with this card too. Habits, I don't know if we will ever change, and that's your person's healing. And so I wouldn't take that as we, I will take that as I. This person knows they have healing work they need to do. Part of them doubts their ability to heal, and to be honest, they're getting a little bit codependent with you in a way because they feel like they can't heal and they can't change without your help, okay? So just be aware of that. Personally, I don't think we ever need another person to do things for us. Like, we're already whole within ourselves. We can make those choices, but this is your person's perspective. So they might feel like they need you in their life to change. We also have I love you forever. I can't forget you even when I try. I think about you a lot, especially at night. Right person, wrong time, and I'm obsessed. Yeah, you dominate this person's mind, okay? They think about you a lot. You have made such an intense, and I like grinded my teeth when I said that. Like, you have such an intense, energetic pull for this person that they can't get you off their mind. Like, they think about you nonstop. Whenever you're not around them, they're thinking about you. When you are around them, they're thinking about you. Maybe the nighttime is especially important. With this absence card, maybe that's when the two of you are apart more often than not. Like, you might not live together or something like that. I don't know, but that came through, so I had to say it. All right. Now, we're going to get to tiles and charms before I jump into the extended and your personal reading. So let's hop to it. Okay. There we go. Getting a little bit messy. All right, so this can be a little bit loud sometimes, you guys. If the noise bothers you, I would recommend turning the volume down until you see me lay out all the tiles and charms. Ha 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 ha. Do you see this? Am I the only one that sees this? Because it spells out lie. The only tiles that came up right spell out lie. I might have to do like an extended on extended. Okay. I'm going to have to figure out how I can organize that because now we have 2 cups of tea to spill, I guess you could say. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. All right. All right. Wow, I think, okay, what I'm probably going to have to do is I'm going to have to do an extra long extended. So for those of you who are joining for the first time, you get bonus goodies here with extendeds because I got to see what that date is all about. And I now have to see what these secrets and lies are all about. So I'm probably just going to have to do an extra long extended because, yeah, lied. See the first letter I pulled up too, and none of this is planned, you guys. I don't have the energy for that crap. This is a blank. as in blank, they haven't told you this, it's a secret you are unaware of, you probably have no confirmation of, except your gut might have been telling you something. So, okay, in the extended, we're going to talk about that secret and that lie that they have to tell you and confess to you. And we're also going to talk about whatever the date is that they're maybe thinking up and daydreaming about, okay? I'm going to leave this here. That's a blank. You can fill it in with any letters you like, and take your time spelling out words if you would like, okay? I'm seeing the word file or filed, okay? Mile. I'm going to leave that there. Yield. I'm also seeing the word yield. Okay, caution signs. Anyway, we have a leaf. That makes me think of spring, summer, and fall, pretty much all months other than winter. So maybe those are significant for this connection. We have a cross. Someone could be Christian or religious. And then we also have a star. So wishes being granted. That 1111 in the Four of Wands. Okay. Ooh, I'm like excited for the extended now, you guys. I wasn't intending on doing that. We're doing it though, because now we have like a double reason to do the extended, so I'm excited. Anyway, we're going to get you a couple personal messages from universe now, and then I'm going to get straight to that. So these are meant to be just for you. It doesn't have to relate to this connection at all whatsoever. I invite you to pause the video if you like, grab a cup of water, take a couple deep breaths, and focus on bringing your energy and attention back towards yourself again. If you've made it this far into the reading, let me know by dropping a turtle emoji down below, and you can also comment this affirmation to affirm it with me. The turtle with calm. The turtle wisdom teaches us about walking our path in peace and sticking to it with determination and serenity. You may be encouraged to take a break from your busy life and look around or within you for more grounded, long-lasting solutions. And then lastly, we have today I am brave. Today I will step up to every challenge with courage. And I'll hold it up again for those of you who'd like to affirm it with me. And I'm going to jump straight into this extended because there are 2 cups of tea I need to spill, and I'm excited for it. So if you are leaving me here, thank you so much for being here on the reading and for supporting the channel. If you are joining for the extended, I will see you over there shortly. Bye for now.